So, I have just a desire to do kind of a quick little bit of exploring. This is actually a work day for me, so I'm definitely going to keep this a little bit shorter than I have, because I want to get back to camp and just have a little time. But look at this that I am seeing right off the get-go. I'm parked like 20 feet away. So have a little look. Oh man, look at that broken tree over there. And there was like a knock, tap sound. Very cool. And there was another sound. Very cool. Look at that beauty. I don't know how many of you get out and hike often, but I'm enjoying something I noticed when I get under the tree canopy. Like if I'm out in the sun, and then once I get under the canopy of trees, it usually drops 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 degrees, which is so nice. Little tip for anyone out there that has that option on a hot day to just get in a little bit of shade. It dramatically drops the temperature. So yeah, no plan besides very quick little hike. Just felt like getting out for no reason. I don't know how many of you do that, where if you have access to forests like this or whatever, and you're driving and it just comes across like, man, I need to go for a hike. I love it. Never been here, which pretty much every video that I do is a place that I have never been. At least the trail. There's a few forests that I have explored a whole bunch of different parts of. But, oh, look at this, how it just opens up. It was really thick back there, and now it's just way more open. Beautiful. And I want to come up with a better word, but for now, I will just say that I am in a very squatchy forest. If anyone watching would like me to spend a little bit more time being analytical about things I see, let me know. I kind of walk around. Look at that. Wow, that is beautiful. I just, me personally, it's just me. I walk around figuring a lot of stuff I see is probably from Sasquatch, and at least some areas that I'm in, and I don't feel the need to start from the ground up and prove every single thing, if that makes sense. Look at that beautiful curve right there. And that is just what I believe or feel, or you know what I mean. I can't say I know something like that as an absolute fact, but that's my belief. Wow, look at that. And yeah, but just I thought of that. I see a lot of things. I don't really explain too much of what I'm thinking besides, wow, that's pretty cool. And I just look at stuff, and I kind of like to leave it a little bit open for people watching to make up their own mind too. But right off the get-go, I'm seeing what I consider to be some interesting stuff. Like these two trees. Looks like that one was in the ground still. That one, there's that woodpecker sound from that way. And just the way these two are kind of intersected there, I think is pretty cool. But anyways, yeah, a lot of these videos that I do like this are not exactly action-packed, full of excitement, all that stuff. But I think there's a handful of people that enjoy these, and I just love hiking like this. I'm surprised I haven't gotten like sick of it or something. Cause I'm personally, I don't feel like I need to prove something. But at the same time, I just have this constant fascination and amazement about this subject of exploring Sasquatch stuff and learning about them. And there's one bird up there. Pretty quiet besides that one bird chirp up there. Somewhere. Hey, bird. It stopped. Huh. Probably sees me. I can't see it. Or maybe it's a chipmunk or squirrel. I do see one through there. Just noticed it as I look down. Kind of look like red. Maybe a cardinal. But yeah, so just figured I'd share some more thoughts, where I'm coming from. This video and the last bunch of videos have all been in areas that are considered to be very active. I personally know people that have had experiences in them, and I've had my own, and so I'm just at places that are very interesting, and I think, and there was a gunshot and movement straight through there. And besides that, I just love exploring. And so I figured pull over, do a quick hike on my way to my camp, and see what I find. Check out a different trail that I have not been down. Man, there's another cool looking arrangement of sticks. There goes a chipmunk. Look at that. I think that's interesting. I don't know about you guys. And then that one behind it too. You see a lot of things like this that just seem to have like an intentional look to them. And here's what it looks like around this. And what it sounds like. And heading back to the trail, there is what looks like a beautiful bend. I love these. There's the top of it. It's kind of crisscrossed with another stick that's just hanging there, kind of leaning on it. I think it will be the last video that I just posted will have a couple of these arches that I look at a little more closely at the top part. There's some movement out there, I'm guessing squirrel. And across from there is a pretty neat looking, eye-catching broken tree something. I wonder if there's a bend in there, like a beautiful arch. I seem to find those in trees that are down like this. And there's back where I came from. But yeah, I went a little while where I wasn't posting much, and then I had this weekend where I did a bunch of filming in 2 days, I think, and put up like 5 videos. I think I might do the last one tonight as a premiere. Look at this. Like these sticks stuck in the tree. Huh. That's interesting. That's a new one. There is the lightest tapping coming from somewhere. Besides that, it's pretty quiet, so. Do I see a bend in there? Oh, look at this here too. These sticks. That first one that I found today was really cool. Like a beautiful asterisk. Huh. It's a bit odd how that big part of that is just hanging up there. It's kind of open here. And do we see a bend? Sort of. I would say that is one right there. So cool. How do you even get, even if there is weight enough to do that? It's bent like hot metal. It's unbelievable. Both directions too. Wow. I feel like with a lot of these, there's a lot more going on when you take a closer look. Like those bends, I just don't see those happening as a result of a falling tree, personally. I don't know how they happen, honestly. The ones that we were just looking at that aren't even splintered. Yeah, like I was saying, it's like hot metal bent that way. Somebody somewhere in the comments was mentioning something about like energy maybe. And I guess I would have to go with that as a strong possibility for how I think the trees get bent. Yeah, they're pliable, but I just don't see it happening by just normal force. And I think a lot of people that are interested in all this stuff and follow along with like how to hunt, and I was actually listening to Sasquatch Chronicles today. I think that more and more people are considering and becoming open to the possibility of things like that. I guess you'd call them paranormal or supernatural or unusual to explain some of this stuff. There's just too many experiences that are shared that are just have all these unusual aspects. Oh, this is a beautiful little trail. A tree that's at an angle through there. Plane above. Oh, look at that break. That broken tree there. I don't know about you guys, but I find it odd that a tree would break like that from weather, especially with all the other trees here. But when it's, I don't know, just when it's like that, like 7 feet off the ground, I find that odd. I just think about physics and look at that beauty. Right here. It's kind of tangled up with these two, and I feel like there could be some significance to these two. One with some of the bark removed, and it's kind of tucked under it right there. Look at that thing. Gorgeous. So how many people would have missed this? It's not very big. It's kind of entangled with those right there. Let's see, I'm gonna push the phone up there so you can see like behind it. Right in there. I can't see what I'm filming here, but just trying to see how that's kind of pinned down there. Right, well, I don't think I'm gonna go too much further. It's getting dark earlier and earlier, and I like to be back at a decent time. Look at that. That's what I mean. I just don't see that tree bending like that. But I've kind of accepted that a while ago, but I just thought I would share some of my thoughts about this. For anyone that's watching, I mean, I don't know where everybody's at that's watching this, and I cannot assume everyone's on the same page as me, so I'm just offering a little bit of what I'm thinking. You can tell what I'm thinking right now. While I was looking at those bends back there, I was just noticing this strangely angled, massive limb that I'm kind of staying centered on. I'm trying to tell if it looks like it might have the bark peeled again, which is really becoming a theme, and it kind of looks, it doesn't look like a straight break. It almost looks maybe twisted a little. Zoom in. I can definitely say this trail is awesome. Look at that. All the trees are straight, and then there's this one that's just got this curve to it. Was that like an arch years ago, and then it grew up that way? I see a lot of trees that I think that might be the case, where it was bent at some time, and then it grew up, and so it just kind of grew big with that big bend. And this out right here, it's kind of neat. It looks a little bit intentional to me. It's pretty quiet, but not dead. I was thinking that was like an X, but not exactly. They're not touching, but kinda. One's leaning one way, one the other way. Oh, there we go. I just remembered I saw this from as I was walking up, and I kind of walked right past it. Here's a break. Very cool. I'm taking you right along with me on this one. I don't always film everything, but on this one I've had the camera running almost non-stop. And with no plan. All I know is I don't want to be too long, and I also know I don't want to stop. And that's part of the reason I do this. I really love it. No expectations. There's a couple interesting sounds during the last couple videos, and there was a couple sounds that I wish that I was recording for, but that's how it goes. It's all good. I have over time recorded both the sounds that I wished that I had caught, so it's no big deal, but it's just always a thrill I absolutely love to be able to just listen back on stuff I've recorded. So, what do we have? Is this probably a good spot to turn around? It sure looks interesting. It quickly looks like a bunch of bends, and I don't know. Obviously, it's a tree that came down. Were they bent after? I don't know. They kind of look like it. They look like bends, but there's a break over there. And then straight through there in the background is kind of neat. Oh, those are leaning there. Yeah, I think we'll call it here. I feel like this is kind of a quick one. Right through there. It looks really cool. I could just keep going. And it kind of goes downhill, which is interesting. I'd love to go down and check it out. But, and there goes a chipmunk. Yeah, I just don't want to be out too late. So I'm going to call that it. And unless I see something else that I missed on the way here, I'm going to say that that's the end. And thank you for watching. See you next time, and blessings.